Hey, how's it all going out there on YouTube land today? And yeah, hope this video's found you safe and well again. And you're back for another episode of the old whatever we're doing today. And what are we doing today? Well, as the title might suggest, a little bit of flame straightening. Yeah, had a few projects sitting on the back burner for a wee while. Least of all would be these ones here. Yeah, carved up that blank there, shaped her up, and another one of the old traditional 4-inch bushcrafts. And what's happened after the harden and the temper, these have been done ready to go sort of thing, but you probably can't see through there, but they got a bit of distortion, a bit of bentness. Yeah, I want to try and keep the thickness of them. Normally what I could do is just put them on the sort of surface grinder. They're not too bad, but they're not too good either. So I've been putting it off for a fair while because, yeah, there are options for straightening them out, but I think I'll give it a go with the old flame. As you can see here, the old true flame, little gas thing there. I'll stick them in the old blade breaker I made up here, and you'll see that, and give it a go, straighten them. I don't want to overheat them, as you'd know, and yeah, I don't want to snap them. But if it happens, it happens. So it's time to muster up the courage and give it a go. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of work put into them. That's why I don't want to fail in that respect. But if we do, we do, and you'll see that. The other things we're going to have a go at. This here, the old pocket knife I'm going to carry on with. So I've made up some patterns. I'll harden and temper those, and we'll have a look at that. The other thing is these 3 steak knives have been sitting in the drawer or sitting in the box. They need another couple of holes in them. This is made out of recycled spring steel. You flick back, not spring steel at all, bandsaw blades. If you flick back through my videos, you can find a few on that. Interesting material, to be fair. You can see the burn marks coming down on the blade there. Doesn't really seem to affect the hardness or whatever really at all. So I don't have a carbide drill bit, so what I'm going to do is just heat them up red hot and poke a drill bit through them, see how that goes. So without too much more jibber jabber, we'll have a bit of a closer look and we'll blaze on into it. Yeah, let's go. So yeah, further to the point, what I was saying or wasn't saying or whatever was happening, yeah, a bit of a tidy up day today. Finish off a few projects I've had sitting on hold for a little bit of a wee while, to be fair. You might have seen the video I did yesterday just on making these patterns for the old folding knife, just to get my processes and things a bit easier and easier made, yeah. So what I'm going to do is harden these, give them a little bit of a temper, and then I can use them to drill through and hopefully use them as a file guide. And then from there, what we've also got, well, that's in the tempering oven and doing all the rest of the stuff it has to do. I've got 3 steak knives here I've never finished because I've got to drill holes in here. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. It always is. You can see here I burned a drill out, but that's another story as well. So I'll get those 3 steak knives, done that too. And then also what I've got here, it's the old 4-inch bushcraft that I make. Got a couple there. Forgot I even had one of those, but never mind, there it is. But I've got another blank cut out here, and it's the same as this 6-inch drop point here. I've got one finished, or shaping the blade and all the rest of that stuff. And yeah, this one here and this one here I've been putting off for about 7 or 8 or 9 months as they've got a bit of distortion and a twist in them. So I'm trying to craft something like that into these, but yeah, I've got to try and flame straighten those. So that's the project for today. So yeah, without any more jibber jabber, let's get stuck into it and see how far we get with that, yeah? Righty-ho, let's start by hardening up these little bits and pieces here. I've got this little jig thing here I got for fly vice jaws, but yeah, I don't know if I'll use that or not, but here we go, I might actually. I'll put that in there. I'll put that in there and I'll do the blade last. Which way up do I want it? Don't know, that'll do. They don't need to be perfect because, like I say, they're just going to be a file guide. Give me earmuffs on because this thing roars. We can get it going. I'll get the Rio bar in there as well. Put that in first so that can heat up the oil. So yeah, let's go. Haven't had that thing going for a while. Bit of rain yesterday, might be a bit of moisture leaking through the roof, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't burn off the eyebrows like the other time, but if we do, we do. Rio bar. Tongs. Cool. Double fail. Get it. Yeah, man. Done. So that's all good. Got tempering oven warming up. So what I think I'll do is just put them in the old oven there for just go 2 1 hour cycles. Yeah, I'm only going to go up to like probably no more than 180 degrees C. Might not even go that high because I want those pretty hard because there'll be a fire guide. Having said that, that's all good. So that's cool. We'll get them in the tempering oven and yeah. Right, into the tempering oven they go. We're a little bit hot, so I just open the door, let it cool down a bit. Put that on there. Can't really see in here. You probably can't see me either. It's a bit dark and dingy. So I'll let that heat come down a fraction. But anyway, got a file here. Just want to, yeah, the hardening's work. It's getting file good. So that one's cool. We'll put that in. There we go. What about this one? The spring. That's brand new file, so that's pretty good. Happy with that. So move my little oven thermometer out of the way. Get that one in there if it doesn't fall through, and it's going to. No, it's not. So it's sideways. Nice. That's done. So like I said, we'll leave them in there for 2 1 hour cycles because they're only little. I can't see. Torch. There we go. Yeah, it's about. Ooh, yeah, still a bit hot, eh? Turn down to there. Anyway, that'll do. Turn that up. And now, what we'll do while it's doing what it's got to do, we'll go and do this flame straightening, which we don't really want to do. But we have to, so let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, so here we are. Those are done. That one's done. So it's all good. And that one's done. So now, well, not in this video, but I'll move on and I'll start making another folding knife for those and see how those work out. So that's all cool. So what you can see over here, what I normally do when I do my blades, just I'm not telling you what you should do, I'm just telling you what I do. So normally what I'll do, I'll take a blade and I'll shape the, let's have a look, I'll shape the profile, do that sort of thing. And I used to do it soft and then I'd harden and temper them. But what I've found, doesn't happen very often, but get a bit of distortion. So what I'll do, I'll usually chuck it in the harden there. I'll bring it straight out, I'll quench it, as you've seen. or the other one, and then what I'll do, I'll bring them over and I'll chuck them in this here, and I'll rattle gun them down while they're still warm. Yep, and that normally keeps them pretty straight, pretty good. What I have found doing that though is if I do any bevel grinding, what I'll do is leave enough of this, well, that part there flat, so it's got something to squeeze down on. If you've got a, I can't remember what they call them, distal taper or whatever they call them on here, then of course it's can still move around. So this knife here, if you're looking at it, that one there, I did that on that. I had most of the bevel ground, and what I found is I got distortion down here, just on that edge. Still works good, still great knife, use a little time, but ideally it's not what you want. So what I tend to do now is I'll shape the profile like I said. I'll bring them over here and I'll bang them in here, and then I'll do my bevel grinding once it's hardened and tempered. And usually it comes out pretty good. Usually comes out really good. But I don't know if you'll be able to see that in there. There's a bit of distortion, not much, but enough so I need to straighten it like I've said. So that's what we're going to have a go at. So there's that option there. The other option is you take it from your harden and then you get variety clamps or whatever and some angle on. Put 2 bits of angle on together on it. Yeah, clamp it up, chuck it in your tempering oven, and that will sort of come and make it straight. I have also on occasion clamped when I've had 2 blades. One's been bent that way and one's been a little bit that way sort of thing. I've actually put something in the middle, clamped the 2 blades together and chucked that in the tempering oven. However, my tempering oven's just a benchtop oven. It's not very big. I can't usually fit clamps in. So anyway, it is what it is. So as you probably know, you're trying to avoid bending it or whatever when it's too cold. So we're going to stick it in the old blade breaker like you think. What you want to avoid is that one there. As you can see, it's supposed to be that. What happened with that one was I was trying to flame straighten it or had it to the right temperature and actually dropped it. And by the time I got it back up and I'll give it a bit of a bend, and yeah, she snapped. So that's not what we want to do today, but if we do, we do. So there we go. We'll try not to. So from here, we'll go and get out the old True Flame, give it a bit of a straighten. We'll give it a bit of a go and we'll see what we come up with. There are, again, the other thing I can do, depending on how severe it is, I'll put it in the vise and put a crescent or shifter or whatever you want to call them on the end and just bend that. So we may do a bit of that as well. Anyway, let's give it a go. Rightio. So what I probably should do is give that a bit of a polish up so I can, your colours, as you probably already know, they'll let you know you're sort of around about your temperature. You don't want to get it over here hot or you're around the temper. Worst case scenario, get it too hot, I'll reharden and temper them. Probably normalise it, then reharden and temper it and do all that again. And of course I could get more distortion, so I haven't really polished them as well as I should. The other thing I need to do is going to try and establish exactly where the bend on it is. And you can see, you probably can't see that, but oh, falling over, what's going on? So if I'm looking in there, probably about there, I'm thinking. So it's got a few things going on. So I'm going to go for there. And I'm going to mark it with one of these white paint pens on the side that I want to go to. Bit of a dodgy white marker, but there we go. That'll do, because what happens with a white marker is when the heat comes into it, that'll stay on there and I'll still be able to see it. So that's one there. Now, and this one here too has got another problem down at the very point, down at the tip. And that's going to be a little bit difficult to straighten. Probably, maybe. But anyway, we'll give that a go as well. If I'm overheating the tang back here, don't really care, because it doesn't matter if it's a bit soft. I only really need it hard, as you know, on the cutting tip. So, edge. There we go. So I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit of a compound mess there, to be fair. So we'll give it a tweak. That one needs to go back there. Can't get them. There we go. There. And on the tip, yeah. my little surface grinder attachment on the 2x72, it looks like possibly that's lifted up a bit. Hasn't quite gone exactly as it should, but never mind, that happens. So we'll get it as close as we can. And there we go. This one here. It's right there. Rock the roller a bit. Shows me what I'm looking for. Right in there. Same sort of place. Take that off and get rid of it. Don't go down there. There we go. So that's ballpark where we can start. Rightio. Let's fire up the cherry flame and get it going. Right, we're rolling. Oh. So I've got some gloves that don't have holes in the fingers. Don't want to burn them. So essentially what we're going to do, I'm going to put it in there like that. There's two ways of doing it in my opinion. You can just leave that a little bit open and do it that. I want to get it there and there. So I will do that and I'll tighten up the vise. So I'm thinking the critical temperature here, you want to be sort of just around the 200 here. Don't want to go much over that. Don't really want to be a lot under it. So if I'm under it, I'll run the risk of cracking it. So we'll give it a heat up. We'll give it a straighten, hopefully. Fire it up. I'm just going to heat the tang, if you can see that. I say the tang, I mean the spine. One of these things here, so we're up to, that's 50 odd, wee bit to go, yeah. In the bit blue on the end there, we'll give it a lash. Done something. Too far. No, not enough. Don't linger in the aim too much. That's saying miles away. Looks a bit hot, but it doesn't say it is, so let's give it a lash. Yeah, that's looking not too bad there. Not too bad. I'll try this end. It's not going to work. It's too short, so I thought it would be. So we'll do that another way. Or we'll get it in the middle way. Right there. The thermometer is telling me it's not as hot as the colours, so we'll trust the colours. Cool it off a bit so don't travel too far. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. Possibly too hot, yeah. I have tempered knives to the purple and blue before, and they've held the edge pretty good. Something like this, which is ultimately going to get a thrashing. Not to say I'm going to hammer it through a hunk of wood or something, but you never know, I might. Yeah, that's not bad. So that one's pretty good. Let's go into the old 4-inch, see what we can do here. Getting a bit close to, yeah, that'll work. I'll get some vice grips, eh? Getting a bit hot in the hand. Yep. Right. Just up there. And you just keep going until you get it, yeah? Sometimes you overdo it, sometimes you underdo it. It's actually come up pretty good. I'm happy with that. Just a little bit more. Nice. That is good. A little bit right at that tip there. Give it a fit, yep. Agua. Of course, I could have got the bucket of water over here, but I didn't. Just thought of that now, actually. Yeah, that one's primo. That's good. Happy with that, if you can see it. Don't know if you can, but there we go. That one's good. Still hot. Still hot. Put it on there. Check this one again. I don't know if you can see all this, but there we go. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that one too. That's good. So that's that done. Possibly a little too hot here. I may have to invest in another one of these because, yeah, I don't really think that was reading too well, to be fair. But it was quite cheap, so there we go. But that, yeah, I can still get a good blade out of that. So I'm happy with that. I can still get a good blade out of that. And as you'll note, they're definitely going to be better than that one. Sweet. That's all good, yeah. Right, so there we have it. It's going to bring this to a close and call us a day for this video. We never got around to doing the steak knives, but that happens. It's just drilling holes, really, to be fair. Heating it up and banging one through red hot, but never mind. We'll see that on another video, perhaps, maybe. We'll see how we go with that. Yeah, the old pocket knife. Probably be the next project. I'll get out my old bits and pieces. Actually, they're sitting there. Use these for a fire guide, and it's all good. That there is a memory from the past. Yeah, lessons learned. Got this end a little bit too hot, but I'm not too concerned about it. Like I've said in many videos as well, there's knives that I make for myself and knives that I make for other people. If I was selling these things, this one here would be the one I'd sell because that one came out really good. Awesome. Another lesson learned, if I look down the profile or down the sides of it here, there's quite a bit of inconsistency from using really worn belts on the 2x72 surface grinder thing I've got. I should get fresh belts and do it a little bit better so I'm not getting the humps and hollows and bits and pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, this will make a good knife, I'm sure of it. I've done the blue like that before. The other thing is that little thermometer thing I had. I don't really trust it anymore, so I'll look into calibrating it or getting another one. But yeah, that'll make a good knife. This will make a good knife. And yeah, we're good to go now with grinding on the bevels and going with that. So all good. It's not something I do very often, the old flame straightening. It's probably not something you really want to do very often, but there we go. We've finally done it. Got it finished. Done and dusted, as they say. So hope this video's found you safe and well and everybody's doing good and enjoying what you do. And yeah, thanks for coming along, and I hope you've enjoyed the content. And yeah, that's about all I've got to say. So thanks.